Hi guys, how are you doing? This is eSports Machina, and today I will be doing my personal worlds pick 'em up, and I will be ranking my own, list. And if you follow the list, you may have a higher chance to get that perfect row. And if you get the perfect row, you will get a DJ Sona, I think Pulsafire Ezreal, and I think Spirit Guardian Yudur. So there's pretty much like good stuff like in for you if you happen to actually, get everything right. And, last year, a lot of people actually got it wrong. Nobody actually got it like right 100%. And it was very unpredictable worlds, to be honest. And year before that, I actually got 100%, I think. But I think I did, out of heart, rank like Royal to win Samsung. But other than that, I had 100%. But, I think I knew already that Samsung. But anyhow, let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about these groups. So we have a pretty stacked up worlds this year. I think in general we have pretty good teams. The wildcard teams are pretty strong this year compared to last year. But I have to say that to me it feels that the third seed from China, Korea, Europe, and North America are pretty weak. And in this context, I mean Counter Logic Gaming instead of Cloud9. I think the like two of the three teams from these main regions are pretty strong, and all the third team is kind of weak. That's my opinion, and maybe next year we're gonna have a bit stronger. But I just felt like it maybe, for instance, like I'm not sure did the best Chinese and did the best Korean team. I would have maybe said KT is better than Samsung, or maybe WE was better than IMA or other team. But let's okay jump into the results. So let's do Group D first, or let's do Group C first, because I think this is the most easiest one to predict. The first one is going to be Edward Gaming, and one would argue my favorite team, AHQ, could be the strongest team, but historically, AHQ has lost to Edward Gaming, and I think it's kind of their like poison. They're really bad matchup for AHQ to be drawn into the. But I'm gonna still rank AHQ the second. H2K is rather inconsistent, but I think INTZ is okay team. But I won't be putting a lot of expectations. I wouldn't be too surprised if they make it to third in this group, but I'm still playing H2K has such a strong lineup individually, even though their macro is kind of bad. They will still be the third in this group. And that's for my Group C. As for Group D, the first one is going to be Royal. I honestly believe Royal will get their shit together. If they will do their peak performance, they will be number one. But they historically have been kind of inconsistent and, kind of shit the bed, so to speak. So it may happen otherwise. My second team is actually TSM. TSM's lineup is really, really strong. They could be first on the Group D, but I actually believe they're going to be placing second. I'm trusting that Royal won't be shitting the bed this time. I think Uzi is really fucking sick, and Mara. They will crush double if than Biofrost by mile if they, go the peak performance. And I don't have much faith for these two teams, but I think the Koreans will overtry and splice. Samsung still has some really good players like Ambition and etc. So I think this will be the lineup so far. And Group B and Group A are a bit more harder to do, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna believe SK Telecom. I hate this team. I absolutely hate SK Telecom. If there were a bit other teams this time, I would probably rank it below the, maybe even I could even predict. This is not an impossibility. There's a chance that SK Telecom might be, cheesed out of the groups. It is possible. I think it's very, very possible. Any of these teams could take a game from each other. And this is probably the hardest group to predict. But Flash Trolls are very good against Korean teams, and IMA is not that strong. Cloud9 is kind of 50-50. So I'm gonna say that this is gonna be the lineup. I think Cloud9. I don't know honestly much about IMA. I think their lineup doesn't seem very strong to me. Cloud9 is in a good shape. I think they're gonna be third. They could be second too. it's one of those groups that is very, very hard to predict. But historically, I don't think they have played against each other. But Cloud9 got smashed by AHQ on last year, though. And then we're gonna move the Group A. Rocks Tigers, definitely first one. Um, G2, I think G2 will be second. Albus could even beat CLG. Okay? I think I'm gonna actually do this prediction. I'm gonna predict that Albus is gonna beat CLG because CLG is not that strong. I think Huhi is a very lackluster mid, and really lackluster to be honest. Zion had a really bad performance, and I don't really have to go too much into detail that. And then there's of course people saying, "Oh, CLG lost last year to the Brazilian team." To be honest, come the fuck on, guys. They were trolling. They pretty much picked like their favorite champions. They weren't trying on that game. I don't think in reality CLG would have lost that game. I really doubt that. So to be honest, I think that this is gonna be the thing. Depending on how much of an NA fanboy you might want to rank CLG above there, but I would go far as to say this is my lineup. I could be totally wrong. If you have multiple accounts, I really recommend doing a bit of more different variation of this one, or perhaps doing a few variations based on like few accounts you have. You can look other people's pick'ems and all that, but this is my pick'em up, and I think this is going to be the interesting lineup, and it's going to be really interesting also to see the quarterfinals, how they will be drawn out. I really would be quarterfinals SK Telecom Ra versus Rocks, and Rocks would dumpster SK Telecom out. I really hope SK Telecom really drops because I don't want SK Telecom skins. I think Faker is overrated, and honestly, I just I would hate I want anybody else than SK Telecom to win. That's my honest. Maybe it's the maybe RNG will win. Maybe they will make it to finals again. Who knows? But thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you took something advice perhaps from this group drawing thing, and I will see you next time on quarter final semi thing. Okay, and I will see you next time. Cheers, guys.